Going, guys? Thank you for joining me on another edition of Fit by CO. Today we're going to go over a static postural assessment known as anterior pelvic tilt, and all that means is having a rounded lower back and your pelvis tilts forward, and I'm going to go over that right now. So a good way to identify if you have an anterior tilt of your pelvis is to first tuck your shirt in. I'll turn to the side here because this is how we're going to identify if our pelvis tilts forward. So you're going to tuck your shirt in, and from here you can leave your hands down your side or you can leave them up here. But if your hips have a natural tendency to hinge forward like so, mine has a natural tendency to do that. Now this is common with a lot of individuals that have office jobs or they live a sedentary lifestyle and they just don't work out and they sit all day. Or if you're like me, who thought you were cool in high school and middle school and decided to slouch in your seat all the time, you're going to likely have this dysfunction. So with the anterior pelvic tilt, as you can see, my lower back is arched. That can lead to a lot of lower back pain in individuals. And because our pelvis tilts forward, our glutes are overstretched and weak, and so are our hamstrings. And that is a result of having tight hip flexors right here that rotate the pelvis forward. And it's also a case of having weak abs. So if your abs are overstretched or just weak and can't help keep your pelvis in a horizontal line with the help of your glutes and hamstrings, then you're going to have an anterior pelvic tilt. And this could also lead to an overstretched muscles of your shin, also known as your posterior and anterior tibialis, which is going to have a problem because that will lead to ankle instability, and having ankle instability could lead to things like plantar fasciitis, and it could even lead to different types of knee injuries. And I've had 3 ACL tears, so I'm no stranger to knee injuries, and I definitely don't want that to happen to you. So when you're looking at your posture here and you notice that forward tilt of your pelvis, we already identified your weak areas and we already identified your overactive areas. So what you're going to want to do with this is strengthen up your glutes and your hamstrings so that we can move this pelvis back in line how it should be, and therefore improving the strength of our posterior and anterior tibialis, those muscles around the shin bone there, and therefore limiting the ankle instability and our knee instability, and will also help reduce low back pain. It will also improve your glute strength and help your abs become tighter. So you want to increase the strength in your abs, primarily the lower section of your abs, and we'll go over different types of exercises to activate these underactive muscles. You're going to want to activate your hamstrings as well, and you're going to really make sure you get good stretching on those hip flexors, because that's going to ultimately help stretch out and bring that pelvis forward. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment box below. Have a good one.